Good evening, my name is Steve Clark and I am a candidate for Ward 3 and I'm also the Chair for Citizens for Direct Democracy. And what I wanted to talk to you this evening about is something that was in my speech for the All Candidates meeting, was the fact that councillors cannot talk to staff or direct them. And I got called on that. I've been called on that actually a couple of times, so I thought I would just bring you the evidence right here. And this here is the procedural bylaw. Okay, this is the document that governs council. It has every part of council and council operations in here. It's a 24-page long document. And when we turn to page 5, the bit that I have yellowed in, it's just above that, and it says directions to staff. But I'm just going to read it for you here. 2.08, direction to staff. No member, now a member is a council member, has the authority to direct or interfere with the performance of any work being carried out by an employee of the city. Each employee is subject only to his or her supervisor as established in the formal organisational structure of the city. Request for substantive reports shall be by resolution of council. So the only way that you can interfere with a process of staff or direct staff is to form a council meeting, get a motion together, a seconder, and vote on that, and that will create a new policy, and that will go to the CAO, and the CAO then will develop a strategy to enact that policy. The next part is tied into that. Roles of council and staff. The role of council is to develop policies of the city, while the role of management, executed by senior appointed staff under the direction of the Chief Administrative Officer, is to develop strategies for the implementation of the policies established by council. So in those two paragraphs, the council have handed off all of their power to the CAO. Everything they do, every policy they do, goes through the CAO, and then he gets to interpret, or she gets to interpret, what that actually means. And so what we found in many, many examples, just the one of which is Main Street in Bobcaygeon, John Snyder and I worked on that for 3 years to make some changes to the plan, which we knew were going to be unworkable. And it was an absolute uphill battle. The councillor couldn't make any changes. You couldn't get into that process and stop it once it had started rolling into staff's hands, and they had control over it. We just had another example with Beach Park, where the public was never asked about the plan before the plan was drawn. We were never included in that process, and now it's been written. It's awfully difficult to change that plan. And the councillor is finding it exceedingly difficult. There's been a promise that it has been changed significantly, but I am waiting to see at the next meeting to see if there have been any substantive changes. Now, the roles of council, as defined within the Municipal Act 2001, this is all current and up to date. This is what we're working under. This is the most important line there is. It says, to represent the public. To represent the public and to consider the well-being and interests of the municipality. Now, I don't know how you can do that without being able to direct staff, to be able to go up to them and intervene in something that is going wrong, to basically advocate for the member of public who's having a problem with permits and that kind of stuff. I believe that this is one of the big reasons that we're having trouble with permit issuance, is because the councillor can't get in between that process between the permit seeker, the developer or the builder, and the planning department to overcome common sense issues that are blocking the way. I mean, we've had many situations where one manager has been overseeing the issuance of a building permit who has gone on vacation and another manager has reinterpreted those rules, shut down the site and asked for another plan, an environmental plan or something, an engineering plan of some kind, at great expense to the owner, just because one manager interpreted the bylaw one way and the other manager the other way. And so this is a perfect example of where a councillor would advocate on behalf of the public and act on behalf of the public as the procedural bylaw insists that councillors do. And to do that, you need some authority. So as we know, many rules, when you go to apply them, just don't work in certain situations. And that is why you have this independent arbiter on behalf of the public to eliminate those kind of misunderstandings. Now, we have councillors who have been on council for absolutely years who have just gone along with this. They haven't used the power that they have, and I believe that they have not acted in accordance with the procedural bylaw, which they all agree to obey, because they haven't been advocating for the public. They've been advocating for staff. And staff has been making all the decisions. That's why these things have occurred. So when we go to vote, I would like you to think about these things and how we got to where we are right now. And rest assured, I will be your advocate. And I hope that I am showing you by explaining some of these documents that I understand exactly what needs to be done to ensure that the municipality works for the benefit of the public as well as the benefit of the municipality. And this can be done. These rules are all in place. We can change them, we can adapt them to the situations that we have here, and I think that I am the person to do that for you. And I think that that's the direction that we should be going in. We should be taking back our authority, representing the public, and ensuring that the things that the public want to have happen in this area actually happen, because the councillor has authority to direct staff. So what I'm suggesting to you is that when people come knocking at your door asking you for your vote, or you see them all candidates meetings making promises that they're going to do this and they're going to do that, ask them how they're going to get past the procedural bylaw and what they're going to do to amend that document. And it can be amended, okay, by a single vote of council. You can amend this document to give the members the power to direct staff. It's as simple as that. These are just words written on a piece of paper, and they can be changed and amended as needed. And this takes strong councillors who know what they're doing, who've read the Municipal Act, to take charge of this situation and put the people back in the seat of power, not the senior staff. Okay, well, I hope that's clarified a few things for you, and this is Steve Clark signing off, and please take a look at our website. I'm going to leave a link down below to that, and you can see our entire platform and what we are trying to accomplish when we get onto council. Okay, thanks very much. Have a great evening now. Bye-bye.